Hey everybody, and welcome to today's video. What I want to talk to you today is about how you can actually use GitHub Actions to schedule when a workflow runs. Now, GitHub Actions and the workflows that you can build there are fantastic. You can either have them triggering when you, say, push something into your repository, maybe when you're doing a pull request, or you can manually click on a button and a workflow will trigger. And those are great capabilities, but let's face it, there are some things and some workflows that we may want to run out of hours at different times, a couple of times a week, once a month, when we are not at our computer and can actually interact with GitHub itself. And what I want to show you today is how you can actually use GitHub Action workflow and schedule it using a cron task. So if you're not familiar with Cron, what it is ultimately a job scheduler, and it's something we typically see inside Linux or Unix operating systems. Now, interesting fact here, the cron name actually originates from chronos, the Greek word for time, hence the reason that it's called cron. Now, if you've ever used cron jobs before or cron tasks before, you can sometimes get a bit stuck at trying to figure out the syntax for writing your cron job and when it should be scheduled. However, I found this great website where you can actually type it in and it will translate it into readable English for you so that you can understand what it does. Now on screen here I have a cron job that would be scheduled to run at 0, 11, then star 1-5. Immediately this might be a bit confusing to you, but if we have a look at this on the website, what we can see here is that the first number, it means minutes, second one is hours, then we've got days, then we've got months, and then we've got days for the week. Again, a bit confusing if you're not familiar with it, but what this website actually shows us here is at 11 o'clock on every day of the week from Monday through to Friday, this job would run if we were to use the syntax. So if we change this, we could see different syntax. So we could remove this and say every day of the week. We could say 8 here, and then that would mean that this job would run on the 8th day of every month at 11 AM. So once a month on the 8th at 11 AM. So again, there's a lot of range that you can have with these cron syntaxes, and this website is fantastic for able to help you diagnose what it is you want to actually put in there and check that it's the right thing, or you could use the random generator and it would pick a syntax for your cron job. So lots to play with on this website. What we're going to do is take my original format and transfer it over into a GitHub Actions workflow. So let's switch over to that screen. So here I have my workflow document. So I have my YAML file for this cron job that I'm going to run. So I give my workflow a name, and in this case I'm doing trigger action on a cron schedule. I then say on, and then I use schedule. And I've got a line here that just explains when this cron job works. So I've just taken that straight from that website so that it makes a lot of sense for everybody. And then I'm using cron here as the schedule. And again, I'm pasting in that cron job. So 0, 11, star 1-5. And then I start to build out the job. So I've just got a simple job here that actually checks out the code from my repository and runs that job, keeping it very simple to show you this example of running a GitHub workflow on a cron job. So here I am inside my GitHub repo and I'm looking at the workflow history and showing the pattern that's happened here. And as you can see, my workflow has been running in the background over the last few days when I set this up. So you can see here, this job was triggered 4 hours ago and ran successfully, and it's been automatically triggering back in the background while I've not been around. So again, hopefully this has shown you that with GitHub Actions, you can actually schedule a workflow to happen using a cron task. Hopefully that's made sense. If you've enjoyed this video, do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe as well before you leave. Thank you so much, folks.